Very good evening, one and all. Today I am going to demonstrate the Tally Prime functionality and how do we finalize the account, how to customize Tally Prime. These things we are going to discuss in the session. It is very useful session. I would like to take this session at least 30 minutes for you, which can help you for understanding the Tally Prime in a detailed manner. Okay, first of all, we can start with briefing about the Tally Prime. So, what do you think about Tally Prime? Tally Prime is a accounting software which is using to finalize your financial transactions. Financial transactions such as your day-to-day activities. So, we are using different kind of softwares today. So Tally Prime is one of the most wanted and the most user-friendly operating application. Many of you are using this for to maintain their accounts. This Tally Prime not only for the financial activity which you can use for management account purpose, as well as we can use for the cost accounting purpose also. It has many advanced features. You can also maintain the GST, and you can also maintain the payroll. So everything is possible here in Tally Prime. So we can see the Tally Prime. How do we do that? How to start with the Tally Prime? First, in Tally Prime, it's a very user-friendly operating system application. Okay. Now here first we are going to see the company management. First, we have to manage your company. So how to manage the company is very simple. You can go to company and you can start to create a company first. Create a company. So what is company? Company is a database. Company is a database which we are using to manage your accounts. Okay. First I am creating a company name, right? ABC Private Limited. It's a company name. You can enter like this. And mailing detail, mailing address, these detail you can fill it whatever you like. And the state is belongs to which state you are, and pin code and mobile number, these detail you can fill it if you are if you having the details. So the financial year and book beginning both are same. So now finally you can save this company. You accept all the information, you can save by pressing yes. So after that you will get another confirmation window. So what are all the features you want to apply into this company? As I said earlier, you have different kind of features. So one of the feature is payroll, inventory, and taxation. There are many things available. So I don't want use all the features right now. So I can set all the features no. I don't want inventory right now. I don't want GST. I don't want the reports right now. I mark modified voucher no, it's not necessary. So right now I can set everything is no. You can accept this. Now the ABC company has been created now. So company management is the very first step in Tally Prime. So company management is a very first step in Tally Prime. You can use to create a company. So after creating a company, what is the next step? First, you can see here, this is the gateway of Tally. This is the main menu of Tally Prime. So under that you can see there is a master, transactions, utilities, and reports. So what is masters? Master is the main source. For any software, you need to create a master first. The second one, transactions. Transactions, you can enter day to day activities, what you are dealing with that. And the third one is utilities. You can do such an utilities like banking, bank reconciliations, checkbook printing, and so on. And the last one is report. Report is the final stage of us. So you can take balance sheet, you can take profit and loss account, you can take ratio analysis, and even more reports available here. So this is the main menu of the Tally Prime right now. On the left hand side, you see what is your current period and what is your current date. Your current period is wrong, so how to change? Just click here and you can type 1/4/2026 and 31/3/2027. Okay, it's automatically it will take. So you can change the period. The current period and current date is very important. And now you can start with on the right hand side. You can see there is a main menu. I already explained. Here you have the buttons. These buttons you can use for different purpose. And at the top you can see the menus are also available. In Tally Prime there is a one thing they introduced called go to. This option is very useful options in Tally Prime. So usually in previous version Tally, if you want to go any particular report, you have to follow the procedure. But in Tally Prime, all the traditional procedure has been removed. It is available, but you can also have a easy way to move on to the any report, any account with the easy way by clicking the go to button. It is very easy to navigate whatever you want. Okay. Now we can start the first the accounting master. As I told earlier, in all the softwares, masters is very important. Without masters we cannot do anything. Okay. Now I am going to create a master first. See what are all the masters available. I can show you what are the masters available. The very first master is ledger. Okay. So everybody should know what are all the masters available. The first master is ledger. The second master is group. The third master is cost center. Okay. So these three accounting masters we need to create first. So what is ledger? Ledger, as you know, is a account heads. Accounts heads we call the ledger. Okay, accounts heads. What is group? Group is the classification of the accounts. You can classify your ledger. You can classify it. And cost centers I will explain detailed manner later. Okay. So the first thing we are going to create a ledger. So how to create a ledger in Tally Prime? This is the very first questions you may ask. So what do you want to why do you want to create a ledger first? Ledger is the head first. Okay. Now we can go to Tally Prime again. So you can create a ledger in two ways. One is single ledger. You can click create ledger. You can see there is a name. Suppose I say capital account under capital. So this is a very first ledger I am creating, like that. Petty cash account under cash in hand. You can say petty cash under cash in hand, and let us say purchase account under purchase. Next we can go to sales under sales accounts. Okay. So likewise you can create many things. Okay. So after you creating the ledger, then you go to escape from the window. You can go chart of accounts, ledger, and here you click ledger view. So in ledger view you can see what are all the ledgers you have created so far. You can see, so you have created capital, petty cash, purchase and sales. Here you notice that there is additionally two ledgers added automatically. We did not create it. One is cash, another one is profit and loss account. These two things we did not create it, but it automatically created by the Tally Prime itself. So these two ledgers are default ledger. We need not to create. These two ledgers is automatically available in all the new companies. Okay. Okay. So now you see there is a ledger capital, there is a ledger petty cash, there is a ledger purchase and there is a ledger sales. Okay. So you can understand what is capital. Capital is a initial investment. What is purchase? You are purchasing raw material. What is sales? Your sales. Okay. Now in capital, here you see I chosen capital account. Under the purchase I chosen purchase account. Under the sales I can choose sales account. So what is this one? This one is a group. Okay. So Tally Prime, Tally software is made by the program. In program they have a there is a blueprint. So in that blueprint they have created accounts heads. So as a human being, you know what is capital, but computer doesn't know what is capital. So we need to map it. What is capital? Capital is a capital account. Purchase is a purchase account. Sales is a sales account. Cash is a petty cash account. So you have to map that group. Without group you cannot do. Suppose by mistake if I book capital under cash account, Tally Prime will not tell you this is wrong. It accept and it will posted in the wrong place. So as a accountant you must know the cash should go the balance sheet. The cash should go asset side. Okay, it don't go the liability side. So that's what the Tally Prime is created based on the group. So we need to choose appropriate group for us. So how many groups are available here? It's very simple. You can go chart of accounts. You can choose groups. You see in Tally Prime there is a 28 predefined groups available. These groups created based on the profit and loss account. You know profit final account. Okay. So what is final account? The final account consists of trading account and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay. So here you look at that there is a 9 capital nature group and 6 revenue nature groups available. How do I know this is capital nature? How do I know this is revenue nature? It's very simple. Current asset is a revenue capital nature because the current asset will come in the balance sheet. Loans and liability is a balance sheet. So these are all we called capital nature. Other than that 6 are revenue nature. So when you create a ledger you must choose the appropriate group for it. If you choose wrong group, the amount will be posted in the wrong place. Tally will not tell you this is wrong, this is correct, like that. Any notification you won't get it. Everything based on your knowledge, your experience. Okay, so you must know the balance sheet and final account. After that you can choose the group. So by your experience you can easily choose the group. Okay. Okay, so I hope you understand how to choose the ledger and how to choose group. Okay, now we move on to edit the ledger. How do we edit the ledger? How do we edit the ledger? That is very important. So once you create a ledger, how do I edit the ledger? That's a very big question for you. You can go to Alter, choose ledger. So now you see automatically the ledger alter mode. You can modify the ledger which you want to modify. So if you want to modify petty cash, you can modify the petty cash. If you modify the purchase, you can modify the purchase also. So this is your wish. You can modify anything. So if you want to delete the ledger, same place you can go to alter and you can go to ledger and you can choose petty cash. You press alt D, you can delete the ledger if you want. But if you are going to delete the ledger, you should not have any ledger under the account. You don't have any transaction under the ledger. Okay. Now the next one is the transactions. How do we record your transactions? This is a very important step. So when you open the voucher, you see there is a different kind of vouchers available: contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales, purchase, and other vouchers. So usually in accounting concept, you may have vouchers. Okay. So voucher is the evidence of the transaction. If you want to record any transaction, you must have evidence. The very first evidence is voucher. The very first evidence is voucher. So you must record the voucher first. So how many types of vouchers available? The very first voucher is contra voucher. What is this contra? The contra, you have payment of cash, receipt of cash, which means when you deposit the cash, when you withdraw the cash, you can use the contra voucher. So usually the contra voucher we are using for deposit and withdraw, the transaction between bank and cash. The second one, payment. When cash outflow, you can use payment voucher. When cash comes in, you can use receipt voucher. If you want to adjust any non-cash item, you can use journal entry, journal voucher. And if you are selling anything, you can use sales voucher. If you are purchasing anything, you can enter purchase voucher. So these are all the vouchers you have. So contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales, and purchase. So when you click on this voucher, the name is automatically changed. Look at this contra, and this is payment, and this is receipt, and this is journal. So the voucher type will change automatically. Beside the voucher type, you see there is a voucher number. By default in Tally Prime, the voucher number is automatically created. We need not to create. And next we can see there is a date of the voucher, the voucher date. And next you can see there is a particulars. In particulars, you can choose the ledger, which one you want to be debit, which one you want to be credit. So this is the structure of the voucher here. Sometimes some of you are not very much to know the debit and credit. You may have some doubt, so you may go with in single entry mode also if possible. Okay, you can change the mode if you don't like that. That will I will share you later. So now you can go to the payment contra and receipt. You see there is a option called change mode. You click on the change mode, you can go with a single entry system, which means there is no debit, there is no credit. Okay, there is no debit, there is no credit. So you can change the mode at any time. You can change double entry mode or you can change single entry mode at any time. So some of you are very much interested in single entry mode, you can change the mode. When you choose single entry mode, there is no debit credit, so you don't worry about it. You can record in a very simple way. So many of the accountants are using only single entry mode for fast typing. But accounting standard, you must always use double entry mode. That is recommended. I also recommended you can use only double entry mode system. Okay. Okay. So now you see that is another one very important changes. When you look at the payment, it will change automatically debit. When you click receipt, it automatically change credit. So the voucher to voucher, the debit credit position may be vary. For contra, credit account will come first. For payment, debit account will come first. For receipt, credit account will come first. For journal, debit account will come first. For sales, it is like a invoice format. For purchase, also is like an invoice format. So first we start with the contra voucher. So what is contra? So contra I already explained you. What is contra? The transaction between cash and bank. So when will you have cash and bank? Suppose when you deposit cash into bank. This is one thing. Next, when you withdraw cash from bank. So these two possibles may happen in the contra voucher time. Okay, when you deposit money, what happen? Bank account is debit, the cash account is credit. This is for deposits. At the same time, when you encash the money, cash account is debit and bank account is credit. Okay, so these two entry you can use it. So now you can go again Tally Prime. When you deposit money, you can put cash account. I can say 6 lakhs. Now I can debit the bank account, but the bank account name is not there. Okay, the ledger is missing now. So if you're missing any ledger, you don't worry. In Tally Prime, you can create the ledger here. How do you create the ledger? There is a shortcut key, Alt C. When you press Alt C, you can create the secondary ledger. I can create bank account. Under bank account, now you can see there is a denomination. When you depositing the money into the bank, there is a challan. You have to fill these details. So now you can save the transaction. Similarly, when you encash the money, you can choose bank account is credit. I put 3 lakhs and 30,000, whatever it is, the cash account is debit. So you can record like this way. When you record the transactions, you look at the current balance of the ledger. Earlier the bank balance was 0. Now the bank balance is 5 lakhs 70. Why? Because the previous transaction I deposited 6 lakhs. Now when you encash 30,000 from the bank, it became 5 lakhs 70. So in Tally Prime, you can immediately see the current balance. You need not to worry about the balance. Okay. So it is very easy to understand the people how much balance you have in the Tally Prime. Similarly, you can go payment. So debit account will come first. Suppose I am paying salary account is not that, so what to do? You press Alt C, salary account, under indirect expenses. Now you can fill 30,000 by bank. Now you look at the bank balance became 540. So the real time balance you can see immediately in the Tally Prime itself. So when you passing a journal entry or transactions, you carefully look at the nature of the transactions. Based on the transactions, you can record the vouchers. Okay. So after record all these things, how to view this one? We can go to display, more report. We can go to day book. In day book, you can see what are all the transactions you recorded. You can see here. Okay. I hope you understood what I have taught today. Now let me explain the things same in another language, Tamil. அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போற வகுப்பு என்னவென்றால் Tally Prime. இந்த Tally Primeல் நாம் எவ்வாறு நம்மளுடைய கணக்கியலை பதிவு பண்ணுவது, அந்த கணக்கியலை எவ்வாறு தயார் பண்ணுவது. இங்கே பார்த்தோம்னா நமக்கு வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாக இருக்கிறது வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா கம்பெனிங்கிறது தான் இங்கே வந்து நம்மளுடைய டேட்டாவெல்லாம் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி வைக்கிற இடம். ஸோ அந்த கம்பெனி எப்படி நம்ம க்ரியேட் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ கம்பெனியை க்ரியேட் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும், கம்பெனி மெனுக்கு போய் க்ரியேட் அப்படிங்கிற பட்டனை கிளிக் பண்ணணும். நீங்கள் அந்த பட்டனை கிளிக் பண்ணோடனே ஃபஸ்ட்டு என்ன கேட்கும், கம்பெனியோட நேம், கம்பெனியோட மெயிலிங் டீட்டெயில், கம்பெனியில் கொடுக்க வேண்டிய அந்த கம்பெனியுடைய அட்ரஸ்ஸு, ஃபோன் நம்பர் எல்லாத்தையும் கொடுத்தணும். ஸோ இதை கொடுத்துட்டிங்க அப்படின்னா கம்பெனி டேட்டா க்ரியேட் ஆகிடும். இப்போ அந்த கம்பெனி க்ரியேட் ஆன உடனே இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கரண்ட் பீரியட் அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். கரண்ட் பீரியட்னா இப்போ இருக்க ஃபினான்சியல் இயர் தான் கரண்ட் பீரியட். அது சரியாக இருக்கிறதா என்று பார்க்கணும். அதே மாதிரி கரண்ட் டேட் சரியாக இருக்குதான்னு பார்க்கணும். இது பார்த்ததுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும் டேலியில் அப்படின்னா, நமக்கு வந்து இந்த Tally ப்ரைமில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மாஸ்டர், டிரான்சாக்ஷன்ஸ், யூட்டிலிட்டிஸ், ரிப்போர்ட்ஸ் அப்படின்னு இந்த ஹெட்டிங்லாம் கொடுப்பாங்க. இந்த ஹெட்டிங்லாம் என்ன அப்படின்னா ஒவ்வொரு ஹெட்டிங் கீழேயும் நமக்கு என்ன செய்யணும் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. மாஸ்டர் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னென்னா இதுதான் முக்கியமான விஷயம். இப்போ லெட்ஜர், குரூப், காஸ்ட் சென்டர் இதெல்லாம் மாஸ்டரில் இருக்கும். இந்த மாஸ்டர் இருந்தால் தான் நம்மளுடைய நடவடிக்கைகள், டிரான்சாக்ஷன்ஸை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண முடியும். டிரான்சாக்ஷன் அப்படின்னா நம்ம டே டு டே ஆக்டிவிட்டியில் நடக்கிற விஷயங்களை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுறது. அடுத்து யூட்டிலிட்டிஸ்ன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதில் நமக்கு பேங்கிங், வங்கி சம்மந்தமானது விஷயங்கள்லாம் இருக்கும். அடுத்து ரிப்போர்ட்ஸ் அப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரிப்போர்ட்ஸில் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்டு, ப்ராஃபிட் அண்ட் லாஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் இதெல்லாம் இதில் இருக்கும். ஸோ இதுதான் நம்ம முக்கியமாக பார்க்க வேண்டியது Tally Prime தான். இந்த Tally ப்ரைமில் நம்ம எப்படி இதனுடைய கணக்கியல் ஆரம்பிக்கிறது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட்டு எங்கே போகணும் அப்படின்னா க்ரியேட். இந்த க்ரியேட்டில் போனீங்க அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு நிறைய ஆப்ஷன் காட்டும். அதில் லெட்ஜருங்கிறத நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட்டு பண்ண போகிறோம். இந்த லெட்ஜர் அப்படிங்கிறது என்னென்னா தமிழில் வந்து பேரேடு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த பேரேடை தான் நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட்டு க்ரியேட் பண்ணணும். இப்போ நீங்கள் மேனுவலாக அக்கௌண்ட் சிஸ்டம் வச்சுருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா பெரிய பெரிய பேரேடு வச்சுருப்பீங்க. அந்த பேரேடில் உங்கள் டிரான்சாக்ஷன்லாம் எழுதுவீங்க இல்லையா, அதுதான் இங்கே சொல்கிறோம் பேரேடு. அந்த பேரேடோட நேமை ஃபஸ்ட்டு நம்ம இங்கே க்ரியேட் பண்ணணும். கேஷு, பேங்க்கு அந்த மாதிரி க்ரியேட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் க்ரியேட் பண்ண முடித்த உடனே நீங்கள் இதுக்கான டிரான்சாக்ஷனை இதில் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணணும். இதில் நான் இங்கிலீஷ்லேயும் சொல்லியிருக்கேன், உங்களுக்கு புரியும். அப்படி புரியலைன்னா யூ கேன் கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள், அதுக்கான எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷனை நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ இன்றைக்கி நம்ம இந்த நேரடி வகுப்பில் பார்த்த விஷயம் என்ன அப்படின்னா, எப்படி கம்பெனியை மேனேஜ் பண்ணுவது, எப்படி கம்பெனியை க்ரியேட் பண்ணுவது, எப்படி லெட்ஜர் க்ரியேட் பண்ணுவது, எப்படி வவுச்சர் போடுவது, அந்த வவுச்சர் எப்படி டிஸ்ப்ளே பண்ணுவதுங்கிறத பார்த்தோம். ஸோ அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. இதேபோல் நிறைய நேரடி வகுப்புகளை நம்ம வரும் காலங்களில் பார்க்கலாம். நன்றி.